Now see this question, what are they telling? If x belongs to I, means integers, A is the solution set of this inequality. Means when you will solve this inequality, the solution set, they have given one name, that is A, and B is the solution set of this inequality. Okay, means the solution of this set, means this inequality, is being called as B. Okay, nothing, they have given just two names they have given. Now we are told that we will have to find A intersection B. In your lower classes, you might have learned, maybe it was not there in your syllabus but or was cancelled from the syllabus. A intersection B means when two sets are provided to us, okay, A intersection B is one operation which gives us the common elements of the two sets, means the elements which are common to both the sets. Okay, let it be like this. Now first we are going to solve these two inequalities to get the solution first. Okay, so first see, given A is the solution of this inequality where x belongs to I. Now you solve this one as usually. So you multiply this, from there you will shift this to that side, minus 2 will go to that side. Ultimately we are going to get minus x is less than 1. Again, because it is minus x, means minus 1 is there, so when you will divide minus 1 to that side, you will send it to that side, so the inequality will reverse because you are dividing by minus sign. Okay, so this is the, means x greater than minus 1, this is the solution, or this is the range for the first inequality. Okay, from this what we are getting, we will get that thus A equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 dot 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 everything, because A belongs to integer, so the integers which are greater than minus 1, who are they? 0, 1, 2, 3 dot dot dot, this will continue till infinity. Okay, now the second part says that B is the solution set of 4x minus 3 less than 8 plus x, comma x belongs to I. In the same way we are going to solve this inequality also. So you shift x to this side, minus x, and 3 comes to here as positive 1, so 3x is less than equal to 11, x is less than equal to 11 by 3. In mixed form it is going to give us x is less than 3, 2 by 3. Okay, so again here also x belongs to I, integer, so from there we can write the solution set as B equal to dot dot dot. Because x is less than 2, 3 by 3, so all the negative integers will be less than, means will be satisfying this condition, na? So dot dot dot, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, up to 3, all are the solution for this inequality. Okay, means less than 2 by 3 means 3 and 4, 3 2 by 3 actually lies between 3 and 4, so up to 3 all the numbers can be taken. Now you see A's solution is 0, 1, 2, 3, means towards the positive side, whereas B gives us such a solution where we have up to 3 only it is positive, but before that everything are negative. Okay, now when means finding the A intersection B, that is the common elements, you see which are the common elements. From A and B you see one set and compare with the other. From A 0 is there, yes, in B also 0 is there, 1 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. But you see in A 4 is also there, but is 4 there in B? No. 5, 6, no. So we can see from here also minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, are those there in A? No. So only the common elements are 0, 1, 2, 3. Here also 0, 1, 2, 3. So ultimately this is the sign of intersection, this reverse U sign. Okay, so this is in inverted U. Okay, the intersection is 0, 1, 2, 3. So this type of questions are also given in the question paper. There you will be provided with 2 or more inequalities. From there separately you will find the solutions. Okay, after finding the solutions you will be given the intersection, sometimes the difference, and everything will be given. You will have to write the answers accordingly. Okay, we will see some more sums in the next part of the video. Okay, bye. Now see this question is very important. Okay, so what they have said, see, given P equal to, they have given it in set form. Okay, so in the set they have given x as that 5 less than 2x minus 1 less than equal to 11, comma x belongs to R. Okay, means what they are trying to tell, that the solution of the set P will be given by this inequality. Okay, so means you will have to solve this inequality to get the values or the members of this set P. Okay, means in indirect way if we tell, the solution of this inequality is the set P. Okay, in the same way q equal to x such that minus 1 less than 3 plus 4x less than 23, x belongs to I, that is integer. This also, when you will solve this inequality, the values which you will get will be the members of the set Q. Okay, only the difference is that the members of the set P are real, means fractions, decimals, everything will be coming in it, so you will not be able to write it in tabular or roster form. Okay, but when it is coming to the set Q, it is integers, so you will be able to write them in tabular or roster form. Now what they are saying, represent P and Q on number lines. This means that you will have to represent P and Q on two separate number lines. Okay, and after that you will have to write down the elements of P intersection Q, which we know that in P intersection Q we will be writing down the common elements which are present in the sets P and Q. So this is the question. Now let us look into the answer or the solution. How will you solve this question? So let's see. So we are going to solve it one at a time. First we will be solving for, means we will be looking into the set P. So it is given P equal to this, okay, x such that, means this part is the inequality part, from such that it is coming, this part is the inequality part, x belongs to R, real number. So here again we can see this is a bit complicated question. First of all, two inequations are there. Again in one equation there are two inequations. Okay, so one by one you will have to solve. So from this one, now you forget about Q. Okay, so from this one, here we see that two combined inequalities are given. So you separate this part and again you separate this part. So this part gives you 5 less than 2x minus 1, and this part gives you 2x minus 1 less than equal to 11. Okay, so from here you are going to get, when you will shift this minus 1 to that side, 6 less than 2x, ultimately 2 will be divided, so 3 less than x. Okay, so from here we get that 3 is less than x or x is greater than 3. This part is being solved, has been solved. Now this part, 2x minus 1 less than equal to 11, so 2x is less than 12 and x is less than equal to 6. Now we will have to combine these two. Okay, so first we see that x is greater than 3. Again here we see x is less than equal to 6, so this is the lesser one, this is the greater one. So ultimately we can write that P equal to x such that x belongs to R. 3, 6, I have told you that you will write it in ascending order, first the lower one, then the greater one, then less than x, less than equal to 6. Okay, this is the solution for P, because you cannot write it in roster form because this is real number. Now you come to Q. In the same way how you have solved B, you are going to solve for Q. Okay, so Q is given x such that minus 1 less than equal to 3 plus 4x less than 23, where x belongs to I. The difference is the x is integer here. Okay, so we have two inequalities. One is minus 1 less than 3 plus 4x and another one is 3 plus 4x less than 23. Okay, so from this one you are going to get minus 1 minus 3, because this 3 will come to this side as minus, less than equal to minus 4x, so minus 4x less than equal to 4x. Ultimately we are going to get, when we will divide it by 4, minus 1 less than equal to x. Again inequality will not change because you are dividing by only 4, not any negative number. In the same way here it is solved. Here you will get 3 plus 4x 23. So if you shift that 3 to that side, it will be 4x less than 20 because 3 will be subtracted. So ultimately you are going to get x less than 5. Okay, because you are dividing by 4. So from here if we combine these two, we are seeing that x is greater than or equal to minus 1, whereas it is less than 5. Okay, so on combining we can write it that minus 1 5, so x lies in between them. Okay, so we are going to write it as q equal to, because q was this one only now, when we have already solved it q becomes this one, so q equal to x such that x belongs to I, integer, and we are writing the range of x. Now one thing is that since q belongs to I, here we can write this in roster form, means we can list the members. So what is given, that x is greater than or equal to minus 1 but less than 5, means from minus 1 we can take, so we can take minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but 5 we cannot take because x is strictly less than 5. Okay, so up to 4, these are the solutions or the members of the set Q. Okay, now we were told to represent these two sets, this P set what we have found and this Q set. So separately we are going to represent them on the number lines. So for P we have seen that P is greater than 3 but less than equal to 6. So on 3 it is an empty circle, and on 6 it is a filled circle, and you shade this part. Why you are shading? Because x belongs to real number here, okay, means everything will be included, not only the whole parts, okay. And for q we have already got the solution as minus 1 0 1 2 3 4. So ultimately the q we can draw the number line as much as possible, and we will mark dots upon 1 minus 1 0 1 2 3 and 4. So this part and this part is complete, and the number lines are also done. Now what they have told, that we will have to find the intersection of p and q. Intersection of p and q means the common elements of p and q. Now you will have to observe this properly. See, in p, if you see the number line also, p is in between 3 and 6, all the numbers, okay. Whereas q has the elements 1 2 minus 1 0 1 2 3. So these elements do not come under p, because p does not contain them, okay. Now we can see here 3 and 4 is there, but here again p do not have 3, because p does not have 3, okay, because see here 3 was excluded, so we gave an empty circle. So only common is from here also 4 is there, here also 4 is there. 5 6 they are in p, but they are not in again 6 q, they are not in q, na. So only 4 and here also 4, these two are common. Means in this case, in intersection case, you will have to see that both of the elements remain in, means the element remains in both the sets, okay. So here also 4 is there, here also 4 is there. So ultimately p intersection q is only 4, means it is on a singleton set, only one element is there, okay. So this question was important, do it carefully. This type of questions are also there in 34 36, all the questions are of this type only. Means you will be given with the set, means in set form you will be given in this way. You will pick up the inequality, then you are going to solve to get the values of this p set and get the values of this q set, okay. So let's see the next question. See what they have given in this question. Given 20 minus 5x less than 5 into whole x plus 8, okay. Now they have said find the smallest value of x when x is an integer, x is a whole number, and x belongs to n, that is natural number, okay. So what we will do, first this solution will be same for all the three cases, but when we will find the smallest value, in that case the solutions will differ, okay. Means in general we are given to find all the values, but here specifically they have mentioned that we will have to find the smallest values, means all the values which we will get, among them we will have to choose the least one or the smallest one, okay. First let us solve this. So we see that 20 minus 5x less than 5x plus 8, it gives us 20 minus 5x less than 5x plus 40. So if you shift this 5x to that side and bring this 20 to this side, ultimately we are getting minus 5 minus minus 10x less than 20, okay. So ultimately when you will divide by minus 10, so what will happen, this becomes, this inequality reverses, be careful here, it was less than, it becomes greater than, because we are dividing by a negative number. So ultimately we get x greater than minus 2, okay. That means x greater than minus 2 means x can be minus 1 0 1 2 3, but now we will have to look at the conditions. The first condition says that x belongs to integer. Integer means we can take the negative, positive, 0, everything we can take. So if x belongs to integer, what is the smallest value? Minus 1 will be the smallest value, because if you consider the integers minus 1 0 1 2 3, and when we will continue the value goes on increasing, but they have asked us for the smallest value, so it will be minus 1, okay. Now if x belongs to whole number, now when x belongs to whole number we cannot take minus, so it is said that x is greater than minus 2, but we cannot take the minus values. So the answer solution set will begin from 0 0 1 2 3 and so on. So among them which is the smallest one, so when x belongs to whole number, smallest value will be 0. In the same way, when x will belong to natural number, x is greater than minus 2, that means we can take the solution set from 1 1 2 3 4 dot dot dot, all the values will be there for x, but we have been asked for the smallest value. So we see that from 1 2 3 4, among all these, 1 is the smallest value. So when x belongs to I, the smallest value will be -1. When means this is common for all the questions, but according to the solution replacement set, the answers will be coming. If the replacement set is I, solution will be -1. If the replacement set is whole number, then solution will be 0. If the replacement set is natural number, then the solution set will be, means the solution, that is the smallest value will be, sorry, this is not values, this is value, so the smallest value will be 1. Okay, this is one type of question. Let's see the next question. See another similar type of question what they have given. Solve the inequation and represent the solution set on the number line. This question came in 2009. Okay, so here also we find that the inequation which is given is a bit longer one, but here also two inequality signs are there. Okay, so here again we will be separating the two, means this part and this part, we will separate them and we will solve to get to, means the range of x. Okay, and here x belongs to I, that is here x will belong to integers. Now first what we will do, first we will write this one, x belongs to I. So first we are separating, so this part is being separated, do not cancel it from here, means this is a full part, so this full left side will be taken as a whole, and again full right side it will be taken as a whole. So if you take this one and this one, now we will solve them. So first see, we are first shifting this 2 to that side and we are bringing this x to that side, means we are taking the variables at one side and the constants at one side. So this one becomes -3 -2, it becomes -5, and when we will take the LCM, here LCM is necessary or else we will not be able to shift this 3. Do not shift this 3 now or else it will be wrong. First you will have to take the LCM, then you will shift the 3. So when we are taking the LCM, 8x remains as it is, but x had the denominator 1, so it becomes 3x whole divided by 3. Now you shift this 3 here, so 3 when multiplied by -5, it will give us -15 less than equal to, here 8x minus 3x, 5x. Okay, now you divide this 5, as you are dividing by 5, no change in inequality will be there, so this will become -3 less than equal to x. So we are getting one side. Now the next side, here it is 8x by 3 plus 2 less than equal to 14 by 3 plus 2x. Again first do the LCM. So if we do the LCM, here 3 is coming, here 3 is coming, because 3 and 1 LCM will be 3, 3 and 1 LCM will be 3. So here 8x plus 2 into 3 will be multiplied here, because 2 had denominator 1, so it becomes 6. Again 14 is 14 only, but 2x into 3 means 6x. Okay, now we find that this 3 and this 3 can be cancelled, because if you shift this 3 here, ultimately it will get cancelled only, so no need of multiplying and increasing the burden. So this gets cancelled and ultimately we are left with 8x plus x less than equal to 14 plus 6x. Okay, now you shift this 6x to this side, so this becomes 8x minus 6x less than equal to 14 minus 6. 6 was added, so this will come here to become subtracted. Okay, so 2x less than 8, ultimately you divide by 2, you are going to get x less than equal to 4. So we are getting that x is greater than equal to -3, means x can be equal to -3 and more than that, and on the right side we are getting that x can be equal to 4 and it can be less than that. So combining the two, we can write that the solution set is x says that x belongs to I, because it was already given in the question that x belongs to I, and it is in between -3 less than equal to x less than equal to 4. Now since this is integer, this was not enough, we will have to list down the elements. So x is integer, means we can take the negative, 0 and positive, all the numbers. So -3 equal to is also there, so from -3 it will be started, -3 -2 -1 0 1 2 3 up to 4 we can go, because x is less than and equal to 4. So this is the solution set for the given inequality. Okay, now when we will plot it on the number line, you just draw the number line, take the negative part, positive part, and as it is integer not real, okay, so the middle numbers will not come, you just put dots on these values, -3 -2 -1 0 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, easy. See, next let us see some problem sums. Now see this question, what they are telling, find the greatest integer which is such that if 7 is added to its double, the resulting number becomes greater than 3 times the integer. this type of sums we have already studied in linear equations, quadratic equations. Okay, here what we will have to do, by the given condition we will have to form one inequality first, then we will solve that inequality to get the answer. Okay, so what they are telling, see, that we will have to find the greatest integer. Now don't think about greatest or smallest, you just think one integer is there, okay, which is such. Now the condition is what, that if 7 is added to its double, means if you double the integer and add 7 to it, then the result which you will get is greater than 3 times the integer. Okay, means if we consider the integer as x, then if we double it, means multiply 2 to it and add 7, then the result, means this result is greater than thrice the integer. Okay, this is the main condition. So how will we write, see this one? So to find the greatest integer such that this is, you will write this first. So the main sum begins from here. Let the integer be x. Okay, by the condition, so this condition we will get from the question, that 2x plus 7 greater than 3x. I have already mentioned that if you double the integer and add 7 to it, sometimes it can be given add, sometimes it can be given subtracted. So as it will be given, you form the equation, and the result, means the sum of this thing, will be greater than 3x. It can also be told that it will be lesser than 3x. Whatever will be given, you will form the equation in that way. Okay, means previously in the sums the inequation was given to us, we were solving. Okay, now what is that, we are given with the condition, we will form the inequality ourselves and solve it. Okay, and x belongs to I. So solve this. This is a simple inequation. You just shift it here, you shift it that side. So minus x greater than minus 7, when you will divide by minus 1, ultimately this will become minus 7 by minus 1, only 7, and the inequality will reverse. So x less than 7. Okay, now you see, x less than 7 means, and x belongs to I, that means x can be 6, it cannot be 7, because x is not equal, equality is not given, it is strictly less than. So x can be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, dot dot dot, means towards infinity, negative infinity. But in the question they have told you that you will have to find the greatest integer. Means you see, among 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, as we are moving towards the left, we are going means the numbers are being decreased. Okay, so which one is the greatest? The greatest is 6. Okay, so thus the greatest integer, means here we will not write any solution set or anything, we will just choose the greatest integer. So the greatest integer which satisfies the given condition is 6. So at last you are going to write the answer, that the required number is 6. Okay, so nothing, as the question is given, you take the integer, form the inequality, solve it, and accordingly give the answer. Okay, let's see another question of this type. Now see this question, this is also an interesting one. What are they saying? 1/3 of a bamboo pole is buried in mud. Okay, so one bamboo pole is there, of which 1/3 means out of 3 pieces, 1 piece is buried in mud. 1/6 of it, means if we break it into 6 pieces, one of the parts is in water and the part above the water. Now they are making the equation using the part above the water is greater than or equal to 3 meters. Means what they are telling, that if we consider the bamboo pole, 1/3 of it is in the mud. Okay, 1/6 is in water. Now the leftover part, which is above the water, is either greater or equal to 3 meters. Okay, now we will have to find the length of the shortest pole. Again, you forget about this shortest or longest part. Our theme means what we will have to do is to find the length of the pole. First what we will do, it is given that portion of a bamboo pole buried in mud is 1/3. Okay, portion of it buried in water is 1/6. Okay, so what is the portion which is remaining above water? If we consider the whole pole as 1, so if we subtract these 2 portions, means we will add these 2 portions and subtract, like we used to do in smaller classes. So we are going to get the portion which is above water. Means if you subtract 1/3 and 1/6 from 1, ultimately 1 minus 2 plus 1/6, we are going to get half. Means half of the pole is above water. Okay, means in the question they only mentioned that the part above the water, but with this we will not be able to form the equation. So what we did, we just subtracted the other two parts from the whole, because whole means 1, we know. Now what we are going to do, see, Now if we consider the length of pole to be x, okay, so by the condition what is happening, they told that the part which is above water is either greater or equal to 3 meter. So that means half x, we have already calculated that half of the part is above water, na? So half x is greater than equal to 3m. From there you are going to get that x is greater than equal to 6m. Just multiply this. That means the length of the pole is either greater than 6 meter or equal to 6 meter. But in our question they said that the shortest length, means the length of the pole can be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, anything it can be, no? But we need the shortest or the smallest length of the pole. So it can be 6 only, because if you go on increasing then the length will increase. Thus the shortest length of the pole that can be is 6 meter. Thus at last you write the required shortest length of the pole is 6 meter. So what did we do? We, according to the question, to form an equation, we just first calculated the fraction of the part which is above the water. Okay, now as per the question, if half part is above the water and I consider the pole to be of length x, that means half of x. Okay, so half of x is greater than equal to 3m. That means x is greater than, x means the full length of the pole can be greater than equal to 6 meter. That means the shortest length of the pole, means shortest possible length of the pole as per the given conditions is 6 meter. Okay, so this is all about inequality. Same type of sums are coming in the examination every year. All this type of sums will be coming. Just practice them properly and it will be over. Okay,